Welcome, history lovers. We know that today's world is growing at an exponential pace, and you might be very curious to know that what were the events that changed the world, and how they are responsible for the modern era that we live in today, and you will be surprised after knowing them completely. I can bet that you didn't have heard about those events before. Also note that these events are co-related to each other, so in order to know the unknown and unbelievable history of today's globalization, make sure to stay till the end so that you get complete information. So, let's begin. But, one thing I wanted to tell you is that the effects of second and third events are unbelievable. So make sure to know about these events first before we get to them, as they are linked with each other. So, seventh event that became a major reason for the growth in today's era was the fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, which lasted from 27 BC to 476 AD and covered a large part of Europe, South Africa and Asia, succumbed to its own ambition and myriad afflictions. From barbarian hordes breaching its borders to political corruption gnawing at its core, Rome faced a perfect storm of calamities. Its grandeur yielded to time's relentless march, leaving behind ruins and echoes of influence. The collapse of the empire led to widespread chaos and instability, paving the way for the rise of new civilizations and empires. The sixth next event will bloom up your mind, which was the Black Death. In the 14th century, a deadly plague known as the Black Death swept across Europe, Asia, and Africa, killing around 25 million people and decimating entire communities and populations. The bubonic plague, carried by fleas on rats, spread rapidly through trade routes and urban centers, leaving devastation in its wake. The Black Death had a profound impact on the world, leading to social, economic, and political upheaval. It also sparked advancements in medicine and public health as societies grappled with the catastrophic consequences of the pandemic. Following the Black Death comes fifth event, the Age of Exploration. You will be surprised to know that the Age of Exploration, starting in the 15th century, saw European nations embark on voyages of discovery to unknown lands across the globe. Explorers like Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan sailed the seas in search of new trade routes, riches, and territories. The exploration of the Americas, Africa, and Asia revolutionized global trade, cultural exchange, and the spread of ideas. This age laid the foundation for the modern interconnected world that we live in today. All these three events led to the most significant fourth event of shaping the world, which was the Industrial Revolution. Starting in the 18th century, it transformed society from agrarian and rural to urban and industrial. Advances in technology, such as steam power, mechanization, and the factory system, revolutionized production, transportation, and communication. The rise of factories, railroads, railways, and steamships ushered in a new era of mass production, urbanization, and economic growth. The Industrial Revolution fueled the rise of capitalism, consumerism, and modern industry, shaping the world we live in today. Due to Industrial Revolution, here comes the third and most awaited event. That is just a nightmare for our world. The curse event that spread into the world in 20th century was World War I. The 20th century saw the world plunged into two devastating world wars, with World War I being the first global conflict. The Great War fought from 1914 to 1918, in which countries formed two main groups: the Allies, including Britain, France, Russia, and later the United States, and the Central Powers, including Germany, Austria, Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire, clashing over territorial disputes, alliances, and imperial ambitions. The war saw unprecedented levels of destruction, loss of life, and suffering on a scale never seen before in human history. The aftermath of World War I led to the collapse of empires, the redrawing of borders, and the seeds of future conflicts like the Treaty of Versailles on Germany that would define the 20th century. After such a gloomy events like the World Wars I and II, now it's the second one terrifying event, the Cold War. Following the gloomy World War II, The world was divided into two competing superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, marking the beginning of the Cold War, which lasted for 46 years. The ideological, political, and military standoff between the capitalist West and communist East shaped global politics, diplomacy, and military alliances. The Cold War saw proxy conflicts, nuclear brinkmanship, and the space race between the two superpowers, culminating in the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The legacy of the Cold War continues to influence geopolitics and international relations to this present day in the world. Due to industrialization and continuous growth in technology, this event changed the world and gave a new understanding towards the universe, which was the first event known as the moon landing. On 20th July 1969, NASA accomplished one of the greatest feats in human history by landing astronauts on the moon. The Apollo 11 mission, led by astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, marked a major milestone in space exploration and scientific achievement. The moon landing inspired a sense of wonder, curiosity, and possibility in people around the world, demonstrating the power of human ingenuity and ambition. The iconic image of Neil Armstrong stepping onto the lunar surface remains a symbol of human achievement and exploration, and his words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," are irreplaceable. In order to know more about them, subscribe your channel, PastTracer, and comment more so that I can make a video on the same. But if you want to know about any other topics like the World War or anything related to British history, comment it down below. Till then, bye.